3 days ago, Ada buried her mother. She thought the worst pain of her life was over. She thought she had already cried all the tears she could cry. She thought the secrets in her family had finally been buried with her mother. But she was wrong. Because 3 nights later, someone left a letter at her door, and the letter was from the woman who was already dead. It was a dark and rainy night. The whole neighborhood was quiet. Rain fell heavily on the roof of Ada's family house. Ada was sitting alone in the living room. She had barely slept since her mother's funeral. Everywhere she looked, she saw memories of her mother's chair, her mother's Bible, her mother's favorite cup. Everything reminded her of the woman she had just lost. Then suddenly, knock. Ada lifted her head. She listened. Nothing. Then someone knock. Someone was at the door. Ada slowly stood up. She looked at the door. Who is there? Nobody answered. She waited. Still things. Nothing. Ada walked toward the door. Her heart was beating faster. She slowly opened it. Nobody was outside. The street was empty. Only the sound of rain could be heard. Ada looked to the left, then to the right. Nobody. But when she looked down, she saw something lying on the floor. A small brown envelope. Ada bent down and picked it up. There was a name written on it. Ada. Underneath it were 4 words. Open this when alone. Ada stared at the handwriting. She knew it. She knew it very well. Her hands began to shake, because that handwriting belonged to her mother. Ada quickly closed the door. She locked it. Then she walked back into the living room. She sat down slowly. She stared at the envelope. This is impossible, she whispered. Her mother had been dead for 3 days. So how could a letter from her mother be sitting at her door? Ada slowly opened the envelope. Inside was a folded piece of paper. She opened it. The first word made her heart stop. Dear Ada. Ada covered her mouth. That is Mummy's handwriting. Her eyes filled with tears. She continued reading. If you are reading this, then I am no longer alive. Ada shook her head. No. She wiped her tears and kept reading. I know you will be confused. I know you will have many questions. Ada could barely breathe. Then she reached the final part of the letter. And what she read changed everything. Ada, whatever you do not trust the woman who raised you. Ada stopped. Her hands became cold. She slowly looked toward the hallway. Someone was standing there. It was Mama Grace, the woman who had raised Ada since she was a child. Mama Grace looked at her. Ada? Ada quickly hid the letter behind her back. I couldn't sleep.
What?
Mama Grace looked at her
What?
carefully.
Why did you look
Then
at this
her
letter like
eyes
that?
moved toward the paper in Ada's hand.
Letter?
What are you hiding? Ada said nothing.
Ada, why are you
Mama
sitting
Grace
in the
walked
dark?
closer. Who
I
sent you that
couldn't
letter?
sleep.
Ada looked directly into her eyes.
What?
My mother!
What? Why did you
Mama
look at
Grace
this letter
froze.
like that?
For a few seconds, neither woman spoke.
Letter?
Then Mama Grace whispered, Ada. Ada held up the letter. My mother wrote this. Mama Grace took 1 step backward. That cannot be possible. Ada's eyes narrowed. Why? Mama Grace looked away. Why can't it be possible? Ada asked again. Mama Grace did not answer. Instead, she turned around and walked toward her bedroom. Then she stopped. Without looking back, she said, You need to forget that letter. Ada stood up. Why? Mama Grace slowly turned around. Her face looked afraid. Some things are better left buried. Then she entered her room and closed the door. Ada stood alone. She looked down at the letter. Something was wrong. Very wrong. She checked the envelope again. Then something small fell from it. A tiny piece of paper. Ada picked it up. There were only 4 words written on it. Look under my bed. Ada's heart began beating faster. She looked toward her mother's old bedroom. That room had been locked since the funeral. Her mother had always told her never to enter it. But now, Ada needed answers. She walked to a drawer and searched through it. Finally,
Her
she
mother
found
had
a small
always
key,
told Ada never
the
to
key
enter
to
that
her
room.
mother's bedroom.
But now Ada had only one
Ada
question.
stood in front of the door.
Why?
She hesitated, and then she put the key into the lock. Click. The door opened. Ada stepped inside. The room still smelled like her mother. Her mother's clothes were still hanging in the wardrobe. Her Bible was still sitting beside the bed. And on the table was a photograph of Ada and her mother. Ada
I
picked
miss
it up.
you, Mommy.
She stared at the photograph.
I
Tears
miss you,
rolled down her
Mommy.
cheeks. I miss you, Mummy.
I miss you, Mommy.
She put the photograph back. Then she remembered the note. Looking under my bed. Ada slowly knelt down. She looked underneath. Nothing. She reached farther. Her fingers touched something cold. She pulled it out. It was a small metal box. Ada looked at it carefully. Her name was written on the top. ADR. She stared at it. What is this? There was no key. Ada tried to open it. It would not move. Then suddenly, she heard something. Creak! Ada turned around. The bedroom door was slowly closing. She stood up quickly. Who is there? No answer. Ada opened the door. The hallway was empty. She looked around. Then she saw something on the floor. Muddy footprints. Someone had walked into the house. Ada followed the footprints, slowly, carefully. They led straight toward Mama Grace's bedroom. Ada stopped. Her heart began beating hard. Someone was inside. Then she heard Mama Grace talking on the phone. Ada moved closer. She listened.
She found the letter.
Mama Grace said
Does she
she
know
found the
everything?
letter.
No.
Ada's eyes widened. A voice came from the other side of the phone. Does she know everything? Mama Grace answered quietly. No. There was a short silence. Then the voice said, Then we still have time. Mama Grace sounded angry. You promised me this would never happen. Ada covered her mouth. Her mother had been right. Mama
we
Grace was
still have
hiding
time.
something.
You
But
promised me
before
this would
Ada
never
could hear
happen.
more, her foot touched a metal bowl. Clang! Everything went quiet. Ada quickly stepped away. Mama Grace opened the door. Ada ran back to her mother's bedroom. She closed the door behind her. Her hands were shaking. She looked at the metal box again. There had to be a way to open it. Ada examined every side. Then she noticed something. A number was engraved at the bottom. 1998. Ada whispered. 1998? Why was that year important? She tried to remember. Then suddenly, she remembered something her mother once told her. Some truths sleep for many years. Ada grabbed a hairpin from her handbag. She inserted it into the lock. She tried once. Nothing. She tried again. Still, nothing. Then, click. The box opened. Ada froze. Inside the box were three things: an old photograph, a birth certificate, and another letter. Ada picked up the photograph first. She looked at it. Her eyes widened. The photograph showed her mother standing beside a younger woman. Ada knew the woman. It was Mama Grace. But why were Mama Grace and her mother together in a photograph from 1998? Ada looked at the date. She picked up the birth certificate. She began reading. Then her face changed. She read it again and again. Her hands started shaking. No. Something was wrong. The mother's name on the birth certificate was not Mama Grace. It was Esther. Ada stared at the document. Who is Esther? She checked the date. It was her birthday. She checked the hospital. It was the same hospital where she had always been told she was born. Everything was correct, except one thing. The name of her mother. It was not Mama Grace. Ada's breathing became heavy. She picked up the final letter. Slowly, she opened it. The first sentence said, Ada, if you have found this, then Mama Grace has already told you a
Ada!
lie. Agata's eyes
Open the
filled
door!
with tears. What lie?
What?
She continued reading. Then suddenly,
Ada!
she heard a key
Open
turning
this
to the
door!
bedroom door.
Ada!
Leg. Someone was
Open
trying to
the
enter.
door!
Ada quickly hid the
What?
documents. Then she heard Mama Grace's voice.
Ada!
Ada.
Open this door!
Ada said nothing. Ada,
Ada!
open this door.
Open
Ada
the
stood
door!
completely still.
What?
Mama Grace knocked. Ada!
Ada!
Ada looked at the letter.
Open this door!
Then she looked at the door.
Ada!
Her heart was
Open
racing.
the door!
She continued reading,
What?
and the final sentence nearly destroyed her.
Ada! Open
Your
this
real
door!
mother is still alive.
Ada!
Ada's eyes widened.
Open the door!
What? She read
What?
it again. Your real mother is still
Ada!
alive.
Open this door!
Ada could not believe
Ada!
what she was seeing.
Open the door!
Her mother was dead. She had buried her 3 days ago.
What?
So who was this letter talking about? Ned? And who was Esther? Before
Ada!
Ada could think, bang!
Give me that
Mama
letter!
Grace hit the door.
Ada!
Ada stepped backward.
Give me that
Give
letter!
me that letter. Ada looked towards the door. Then at the letter.
Who am
Then
I?
at the photograph.
Ada,
Her mind
whatever you
was
do,
filled with
do
questions.
not trust the woman who raised
Who
you.
was her real mother?
Ada?
Why had Mama Grace lied to her?
Her mother had
Who
always
was
told
Esther?
Ada never to enter that room.
And why had her
But now
dead mother
Ada had only
waited
one
until
question.
after her death
Why?
to reveal the truth? Ada whispered,
Who am
Who am I? Thanks for watching. So, now, what is your opinion on this video? Do you think Ada we find her real mother, or her mother is died? Comment, and don't forget to follow, like, and share.